How are we going, guys? Welcome to yet another vlog. Today we're just right here in Fitzroy, in one of Melbourne's oldest suburbs, but also one of Melbourne's coolest neighbourhood, known as Fitzroy. So this part of Melbourne is one of the first suburbs in Melbourne. It's been around since, I believe it's 1839. So it's the same era as the likes of Brunswick, which is probably 1830. But yeah, they're around the same time. This part of town was mainly for the working class. So an average house in this area would cost you around 1.5 million. So if you were to rent around here in this part of town, you're probably looking at something like about $1,000 a week, anything from $980 a week. So it's kind of expensive, but not too bad. So it's kind of like a mixture of the old and the new. Only about 15 minutes from the CBD, about 5 kilometers. So it's not very far away. So you can catch like the tram number 11. Which you can see over there. We're getting a bit of road rage happening there. So that's tram number 11. You can catch that from Town Hall Station on Collins Street, so that will bring you out here. But yeah, we'll just wait for the traffic and then we'll try and cross. Yeah, that's us. So we can cross now. So that tram number 11 would certainly bring you all the way from Town Hall Station to here. And you can pretty much just get off anywhere that you want and explore this neighborhood. So that's what we're gonna do today. So I really don't know what we're going to be looking for, but we're certainly going to have a look around and explore the neighborhood and hopefully try some of the local coffee as well. So that's what we're doing today. So what you find around here, there's a lot of old, government houses, sort of like state houses. So all these high rises that you see here, these are state houses. It's certainly a very old neighborhood, very, very old neighborhood. So back to my story. This part of town was set up in 1938 for people that basically work in the city, so it's a lot more closer. And this part of town is basically the same era as when they were subdividing places like Brunswick. So we've been to Brunswick, and you've probably seen our vlog for Brunswick, and if you haven't, it's up. I'll put that on the link. You can check it out. And yeah, so it's around the same era. But I like how they got like these older buildings. Really nice old buildings, and some of them are really small little flats. So I suppose when you look at the difference between here and Brunswick, it's really not a lot. It's absolutely not a lot. So we try and cross over, and that way you guys can have a feel. You can have a feel for what that looks like on this end of it. But what we are looking at here, this is our old state housing. So if you're not from Australia, obviously you'll probably have them in somewhere like Harlem in New York. Or in places like England, you have them in places like Stonebridge Park, Wembley, around there you have things like that. And I think the ones in Houston are no longer there. But that's what we have. This is the kind of buildings we have here, similar to Brunswick, right there. So it's a mixture of old and new. The age range of people that actually live in this area is around, between the ages of 33 and maybe 50. People around my age, maybe a little bit, but predominantly younger crowd, given the distance to the city. So that's why people, tend to move here. But what we want to do is we want to actually check out the gardens or the rose market, should I say. Lena wants to check it out, so she's with me. She's just behind me over here. But we'll just go and have a look a little bit further down, and then we will carry on with that. But I hope you like that and enjoy the view of this part of Melbourne. I like to go different places all the time whenever possible. But I think this one is really good to add to our vlog. The state housing, it doesn't have a very good reputation, but that's always the case. It's people that are doing it tough that usually live there. And that doesn't mean with all the tagging that you see on this building, it doesn't impact the prices of housing around here. Let's say, let me just catch this here. So you might have all this tagging that you see along these walls. This doesn't affect the prices of these homes. It doesn't affect them at all. So if you were to compare something like these houses that you see here, and their average price being 1.5 million, you can only expect places like Brighton would be the only that would have houses similar to this price tags. Because you're probably expecting the most expensive. You probably pay something like about 5 million. Highly desirable neighborhood, this part of town. So there's also a lot of factories here as well. Some of them are converted factories into housing. So look at that one there, absolutely neat. Absolutely neat. So there's a lot of these around here. It's definitely the older part of Melbourne, but also the very, very much desirable part of Melbourne. But anyway, we'll get back on the main road and try and, link up with Lena. But if you wanted a house here, you definitely need to have $1 million down your back pocket. And I would think that you probably end up with something like a 2-bedroom house. It's really not that big, but even the houses, when you look at them, they don't look very, very big at all. So we are on Brunswick Street, and we just look for Lena. It's a bit of a challenge, but I have to say it's really very hard concentrating on filming and also trying to capture the environment that you're in when you're with someone. You also have to look out for them, otherwise you end up losing them. So I wanted to have a look at the back street to give you guys the feel for that, instead of just having to just carry on without showing you the rest of it. And I'll just turn the camera around and you guys can have a look at what that looks like. And then we keep exploring. So that's Brunswick Street. So we just walk along here. At least that way we can see the cars coming, and it gives you guys a feel for it. But I like the church that's just done out at the end of this street out here. It looks beautiful. Very historic building, ancient. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. On my long lost wife, and she's sitting right there, right here.
That's right.
So, do you want to tell everyone why I couldn't find you and why you're so hard to find?
Because I stayed on Brunswick Street and this guy did not.
She reckons she stayed on here. I came all the way, just right where this restaurant's behind me. I came all the way, just where this restaurant's behind me, but she wasn't there. So we need to go this way, yeah?
Yeah, keep on going straight.
All right, so we keep going. We keep going this way. Well, we can get a coffee because that place is gonna shut down, and we'll try and go there before it does. So, yeah, the market shuts at 4, so we try and capture the market before that shuts down. And then after that, we can try and get something to eat or even maybe a coffee or something. But we can certainly carry on with the vlog. Yes, I would certainly love a sip. I get the leftovers, man. She didn't buy me one. She didn't buy me one, so now I've got to take some leftovers. That's always what happened with us guys. We take the leftovers. Nice milkshake smoothie. It's beautiful. Now you can have your empty back. Thank you.
I did actually walk a little bit further down there and I'll start walking back.
All right, we'll turn that vlog around and you guys can have a feel for that. Yeah, so look at that really old historic building there at the intersection. Very neat.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
So now we can get on with our vlog with a nice flow. Absolute nice flow. So that's an old hotel, by the way. This old historic building there. An old hotel. Really neat. Hello, how are you? How are you going? Say hello to my viewers.
Hello viewers, how you doing?
Yeah, good. Good on you. Yeah, that's it. So, some nice locals there. It is Easter over here, so for those of you that celebrate Easter, happy Easter to you and your family. And for us over here in Australia, it's a public holiday. It's a public holiday yesterday being a Friday, but also Monday. So we're gonna enjoy 2 days of public holiday. And hopefully we'll edit this video and check it up before you know it. But I don't wanna go too far away from here before I lose her again. So we'll just wait for her and then we'll carry on. So from this part of town, it's not very far from the Melbourne Museum as well. So you can go on the intersection that I got on that tram, on that side. You can go to Melbourne Museum from here. So it's not very, very far away. We haven't been there yet, but hopefully in another vlog someday. There's no sunshine in there, so I've become a little bit of an invisible man. For this dark fella, I need to be where the sun is, otherwise I just become a invisible man. So I walk along here on that side and record from that side. So that's a bit more sunlight here. So so I'll be on this side and record from this end. But you can see the street is pretty much alive. Trams going past and people just going about their day. So I'll walk on this side and hopefully Lena will join me. She's on the other side. I don't like walking on that side because we just got very poor lighting on that side and that doesn't really help the visuals. So I think we'll stay on this side here. You see it's over there and I'll walk on this side. But once again, you can see the vibe of that. Very, very cool. So we walk along the bike lane here. More boutique shops. Very nice and fashionable. Very neat. Just let you guys absorb the vibe of that.
That's so important. You gotta do.
A bit crowded there, but it's a very popular neighborhood. If you're really into your arts, if you're into your fashion, if you're into your music, this is the place to be. Just like Brunswick, very creative people that lives here. I like the creative industry. I wouldn't call myself a super creative guy, but I can certainly say the mind kind of operates in the same kind of vibe. My mind operates in that kind of vibe. I like to create things like, content, just things like, visual arts, but I'm also into like, a little bit of the graphic design. And that comes with things like your thumbnails and all of that comes into that play, because as you start creating, not only do you make not only do you film content, but you also need to learn how to do things like that. But this is a very, very nice building, very old building, and look at all the details on it. So everything around here is in the 1889. That building has been here since then. But then it also looked like an old building, like an old hotel or something. That's very cool. Look at this retro style photo camera right here. It does like a vintage, the old, what do you call it? Instant photo. Excuse me, how much is it for one of them photos?
Oh, it's $15.
$15? And is it like an instant photo?
Yeah, it's like a Polaroid.
Oh, Polaroids, okay. Do you want to have a polarized photo? Support the man and his little business. And do you take card?
Oh, yeah,
Card payment?
Card, yeah.
Yeah, good. So we'll pay you by card. We'll have the experience and we'll take a photo together.
I'm not really dressed
Yeah.
for the occasion, but
Yeah, but it's just for the experience, just for the experience. Come on. So we get the man to give us the experience.
Yeah, so I want
And-
to take a portrait under the shadows. Maybe
Yeah.
you two just stand around here
Yeah.
and stick together, yeah?
Oh, good. So,
you have to put your camera down, love.
so I'll put my camera down, let him do his thing, and we can have the experience. $15, not too bad.
I can say 3, 2, 1. And then ready?
Yep. Three, two, one, and that's $15. So we have the experience. Support the guy. support a man and his little business. Always goes a long way. So how long you been doing this?
Almost 2.5 years.
Yeah, and do you enjoy it?
Yeah, really enjoying.
Okay.
I'm taking a portrait here.
Okay.
I met my partner.
Oh, you and your partner doing this?
No, I met my partner.
Oh, so
here.
you met your partner here
Yeah,
doing
I
this?
was supposed to stay in Melbourne only for 1 year.
Okay.
And we met here, so I went to the factory job to
Okay.
extend my visa.
Okay.
And we finally start living together and engaged and getting married this year. So
Okay.
life is kind of strange, yeah.
So where you from originally?
I'm from Japan.
Japan.
Yeah.
Konnichiwa.
You been to Japan?
Not yet, but I will for sure.
Okay.
You know, I will hopefully go there someday and also make videos, you know?
Nice, yeah.
You know, I do hope to go there.
So you just start processing,
Yeah.
and normally it takes 4 or 5 minutes to make
Look at
Korean
it.
process.
It's coming through there.
It's getting darker and darker.
Yeah.
Getting color as well.
So he met his wife here, apparently doing his stuff, you know, from Japan. Good on you. So do you like Melbourne?
I think so, yeah.
What's your favorite part of Melbourne?
I'll just catch up with friends and drinking beer and go
No,
to pubs.
which part of Melbourne is your favorite? Would you
my
argue with? Yeah.
Of course, Fitzroy. Yeah, because I'm living in Fitzroy and
Yeah.
I have so many friends in Fitzroy.
You hear that? The man lives here and he loves it, and I will certainly agree with him. You know, the area is pretty nice. You know, he lives here.
Not yet.
Yeah, no, I'll pay the guy and we'll carry on. So that was $15. So he lives here, meets his partner here, and he's loving it from Japan. Absolutely beautiful. All right. And he takes card too, by the way.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Just a tap and go. Thank you. And that was a nice, you know, nice to meet you.
you.
Thank you very much.
Have a nice one.
You know, support the man in his little side hustle. It's not a lot. It's not a lot, but it goes a long way. So if I actually like, you know, people that are so creative like that. So bringing back what he does, and it's very, very old school. The sun is not very kind to my lens, so it gives it a really terrible reflection. So I'm just going to take the lens out for now and just walk close up. I walk close up to the building. Absolutely love the view. Love the vibe of it, love the views. Very neat. But let's just have a look at this building here for a second before we carry on. Very neat building. Absolutely cute. And yes, there's people out here that are doing it tough as well, unfortunately. That's the sad part. You know, it always breaks my heart when I see people, you know, going through things like that. And by the looks of it, they've got like a rooftop bar up there as well, right on top of that building. Right on top of that building. So there's a rooftop bar there. You wouldn't think it, but there's one. I like how the trams are always going up and down on here. And that's the difference. When you come on a day or on a time that, you know, the place is alive, you certainly get a good feel for what that is, instead of coming in when it's like, when it's super quiet. Because when I did the Brunswick video, it was very, very quiet. There wasn't a lot happening. But right now, you can certainly see that for yourself. It's very much alive. Absolutely alive. But I'm certainly just keen to keep filming, to be honest, because I think, you know, you guys want to see what we're saying. Absolutely seeing what we're seeing. But we just keep filming on this part of it. So we're pretty much about 150 meters away from this place that Lena wants to check out, and we can have the experience with her. But you can certainly see what's happening here. Trying to cross on the other side, and that way we can capture what's on this end as well, since we walked on that side quite a bit. So we just stay on the bike lane here, and then you can get a feel for what's on that side. You know, some more laneways down here. That's Rose Street. Absolutely neat. Some more street art as well. It's got a lot of beautiful street art. Look at the murals. So, a little bit that way. I hope that's the direction we're going. That way I don't have to I don't have to lose the vibe of what I'm doing. This is absolutely beautiful. So, Melbourne 15 years and I've never been down here. But look at this. It's got a lot of, yeah, that's a market down there. It's like a, all right, that way.
What happened?
So this is the entrance. I think I was going in the wrong entrance. But this is what that looks like there. I don't know about the music. You know, the music can be a little bit of a problem. But we try and, you know, manage that. Beautiful jackets. Old school. And I think that's what Lena was talking about, the Rose Market. So people are deciding to pack up. But a lot of nice stuff here. I actually like this. What size is it? That's 49 and it's still got the original tag and it's almost new. Yeah, 49, 50 bucks. I had a similar shirt from years ago, but that looks a little bit too big for me. Very nice jacket that is. I actually like the style of that. You know, absolutely like the style of that. And try and check out what the price is. So that one is actually, it's quite expensive. That's about, that's almost about $2,000. So very, very expensive. Definitely have that Sunday market feel. But that's what that is, guys. I hope you like that. Definitely a nice little addition to our vlog. We can go out that way and keep going down the street and see what else and find some coffee and a snack. So that gives me, you know, Hosier Lane vibes with market as an extra. So Hosier Lane vibes with a market. That's what that gives me. Definitely, you have a lot of street art there, but also a lot of vintage vibes. I love it. Absolutely love it. It'd be nice if we can talk to someone that would, you know, talk to us. But if the opportunity presents itself, we'll do it. And that's just the tram there once again. We're back on Brunswick Street. Yes, we are back on Brunswick Street. So what else would you like to see? So trams just going up and down. As you know me, I love the trams. You know, I definitely love the trams. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and find a cafe, try some coffee, maybe some bit of food as well. And then we can carry on. What do you want? Yeah, she'll get an iced matcha. Yes, light for her. And what else do you guys have for food? Like, you know? Oh, sandwiches, okay. I'm not that hungry, but anyway. No, I'll just get the coffee, thank you. You know, we'll just get the coffee, and because we're trying to get back. It's my son's birthday today.
Aww, happy birthday.
Yeah, so we're gonna go out, take him out for dinner. All right, where are we at here? There you go. $13.50. All right, thank you. So for one matcha and one latte, $13.50. So we tried it because we're running a little bit low on time. You know, Abram's birthday today, my son, and we trying to be out there for him and support him. 27 years, he's 27 today. So that makes me a very old man now. So this part of Melbourne is also very known for its really good coffees, and I would imagine most of the shops that you would go in here that do coffee would do a really great coffee. So this place is called New World Coffee. So New World Coffee. So they do coffee and sandwiches as well. But I don't do a lot of food, as you know, in my vlog. And secondly, one of the reasons why I don't do food a lot or eat a lot during my vlogs, I need to lose weight. So I tend to watch out for that. And secondly, I'm pre-diabetes, so eating all the time, or especially this on-the-go food, is really it's not catered for someone like myself. But we'll definitely try something to drink, a nice coffee, as they're called the New World Coffee. So we try the New World Coffee and we'll tell you out of 10 how good it is. So there comes the New World Coffee. So you guys, how long you been open for?
We actually bought it like 3-4 months ago.
Oh, so you bought it 3-4 months ago?
Yeah, no more New World Centre.
Okay, so so you don't do the sandwiches anymore?
But I do,
Okay,
but different name.
different name. So what's the new name gonna be?
Café Bashid.
Café Bashid. Café Bashid. So yes, the name's changed. Thank you for the coffee. So she bought it she bought it a few months ago. So the name's changed, Café Bashid. Yeah, there we can see that. We can see it right there. We try the coffee and we rate it, and we keep moving out of 10. It's good. It's very good. It doesn't have any sugar. I didn't ask for sugar, but it's very good. Thank you. It's worth checking out. Let's have a look inside from the presentation point. Yes, it is very good. But we're gonna keep working because it's gonna take us like about an hour and a half to get home. I had like better coffees, so I'll give it a 7 because I don't really like the full cream milk. So this one I'll definitely give, out of 10, I'll give it a 7. So I hope you like that video. If you do, don't forget to like, subscribe for more videos in the future. Until then, I will see you on the next one. Bye.